So, do we understand the kind of society that we live in? We live in a society that is set on a new set that everyone's been speaking of called the new Jim Crow laws. And basically, what that would unravel would be that the laws that are set within a state are set to oppress black people. Overall, we need to understand that these particular things need to be challenged because they affect us. And every time that we turn away from it and we don't speak to it, we have to speak truth to it, then it will continue. Um, when we see things blatantly in our face being changed, it's to educate us to know what to do and how to do it and to get it done. As a black people, we have been able to come together and be to hold an election that we knew was resulting to hurting us and oppressing us with the former president. But we thank God that we have a new president and a relief from those things. But at the same time, we watch those that are angry and upset. And let's not forget that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness, principalities, and high places. We always must remember those things. There's nothing carnal about it. Everything is spiritual. It's like a spiritual warfare. Even though there's Republicans and Democrats, it's a force of power. It's who wants to see who's going to get the power when it comes to the two governments. But when it comes to the sake of us as black people knowing that we possibly may be slaves in America still, according to the new Jim Crow laws. Because if you think about it, when you think about a master, I heard someone today, Just Plies, he was just speaking about how they can't leave from the plantation mindset. That is very true. And so I'm going to break it down. To have a particular mindset of a master is almost similar to a mindset of a corporation or a mindset of a rich person, a famous person with multi-millions, that, you know, they don't even want to give a pinch, a dollar out of their mega millions. There's something deeper to that. When a person gets to a level to where they're greedy, to where they cannot give or they don't want to give, and that they consider us as peasants, as if we have not come to another level of being a peasant or a slave. It's the principle that we're still in captivity, that we're still in bondage. That's why I say, black people, we need to be able to unite and get to know one another as black people, who we are on the inside and in our spiritual wisdom within the Lord. Because we don't offer God into our whole makeup, into our whole blueprint. And because we don't offer God into our blueprint, then it kind of gives a little bit of room for the devil to come in and to destroy whatever God has given you. I wanted to talk about DMX, who I was watching him. He was heavy on my heart. And so I was watching his interviews last night. And I just want to say that um, even though people may say lots of things like you're born, you're anointed, they don't tell you what you're called to do. So here I am. DMX is called to be a pastor. And he's supposed to preach the gospel. And sometimes we run from what we're called to do. Unfortunately, you could be whoever you want to be. As you could see in the place that he's in, he could win people to the Lord without all the makeup, with all the fluff. He's always kept it real about his relationship with God, and I respect that. But it'd be more to it, and sometimes we don't understand people's strengths and we don't understand people's weaknesses. Poverty has played a big factor on the black community's mindset. When you affect and separate homes, it plays a big factor on the kids' mindset. And so poverty should not be. And the only way poverty should not be is when black people learn to become entrepreneurs. when black people learn to look out for one another, just as every other race does, we appreciate other races. And I just want to say